Hey, it's Micah with Simply03, and in this video, we're going to ask the question, is ozone right for me? That's an extremely valid question that a lot of people have, and I'm a little bit limited in what I can say on the topic, but I'm going to do my best to give you an idea. If you're here, you're probably thinking, I've tried a lot of things. Does ozone actually work, or is this just internet hype? So in the next few minutes of this video, I'm going to show you three things. Number one, the science. Number two, real people's experiences. And number three, how to try it in a way that's safe and low risk for you. When people ask, does it work? They usually mean, has this helped real people in the real world? Is there real science, not just anecdotes? And most importantly, what are the chances it does something meaningful for me? No one can promise a specific result for a specific person. That'd be dishonest. So the real question here is there enough evidence and real world experience that is worth you trying in a safe and sensible way? So first off, let's get into pillar number one, the science. So ozone has been studied and used in different contexts for over 100 years now. Even back in the 1890s, they were using it. There are thousands of published papers on how ozone behaves, how it interacts, and how it's been used in different applications. There are many different countries around the world and professionals that have adopted it in different ways, but the point is, this isn't something that just appeared on the internet last year. There is a great body of work behind ozone. So we're not going to go paper by paper here, but I want you to know there is real peer-reviewed research behind ozone, not just opinions. And when I first got involved with ozone, there was over 1,800 different studies. My brother had some issues that we were trying to address. And so I wanted to understand what was going on with ozone because somebody had recommended it at the time. And I wanted to be sure that this is going to be something that is helpful, not damaging, etc. But one of the problems is there was no place that I could just go and get a good synopsis on what's going on with ozone by a trusted authority. So what I had to do is actually go through and read the literature on ozone and get my own understanding of it. And so my thought process was, well, I can help the next person along by just starting to write on what I'm learning here. And those turned into articles, which then got circulated, which then turned into Simply03, because the next natural question was, where do I get equipment? And one of the things I really like about the literature is that you can take a look at it, and there are all these different countries and professionals and disciplines around the world that use it. And there's a significant amount of repeatability, which essentially that's science. That's the crux of science. Can you repeat the study that was done in a different area? And so when you look across the literature, you see this global perspective of ozone works really well, and it's repeatable, meaning that it has a significant amount of evidence behind it. And just to be clear, there is a range of credibility on all these studies. There's thousands of them. Some are just like professionals that are looking at some cases and getting an understanding of it, and others are very large, credible studies that are done. But when you take the global perspective, I think it's incredibly convincing that ozone works. So pillar number two, real people's experiences. So at Simply03 alone, we've helped thousands of people start ozone at home since 2015. We have over 1,000 verified 5-star reviews from customers utilizing the equipment in their daily lives. When you read through those reviews, you start to see patterns. People who are intimidated at first start saying things like, this was super easy to set up. The videos walk me through everything. People who have tried a lot of different things saying, I have more energy, my mind is clear, and I just feel better day to day. Families saying, this has become part of our regular routine. I wish we had started sooner. Over and over and over again. Comments like, the support is amazing and I felt guided through the whole way. So each review is just one person, but when you have hundreds and hundreds of people over the years telling similar stories about how they feel and how often they use it, it's hard to dismiss that. That's exactly the kind of floor to ceiling proof I aim for in every business. And furthermore, when I go to conferences, I have people that come up to me and tell me how this has been life-changing for them. I've had countless stories that I can't necessarily share here, but I've cried with people, laughed with people, and really shared in the journey with them. And I am honestly really honored to be associated to something that works so well, because obviously it's not me. I'm just the person that's providing some of the information, some of the tools to utilize, and ozone is the one that is doing the work. And it's really cool to be associated with that, because when you have people over and over and over telling you that it's changed their lives, that they feel so much better, etc., it's a really cool thing to be able to experience. Pillar number three is your own personal experience. So the most important proof is your experience. And the reason for that is because you can read all the studies, you can watch all the videos, you can scroll every single review on our website, look through all 1,000 of them. But at some point, the only way to truly answer, does this work for me, is to actually try it for long enough to give it a fair shot. And that's exactly the reason why we teach you to start with simpler methods like ozonated water, emphasize safety, how to do it, all that kind of stuff, all these supportive videos, encourage you to track how you feel over a few weeks instead of expecting magic on day one. Works really well for some people quickly, not for everybody. This is how serious people approach any wellness tool. They understand it, they use it correctly, and they judge based on their own personal experience. So let's get into the next segment, what ozone can't do. It is not a guaranteed eradication of issues. It doesn't replace working with a qualified professional. It's not for people who won't follow instructions or who expect miracles with zero effort. If you want a magic bullet, ozone is not it. Now, if you want a powerful tool you can learn to use responsibly at home with a lot of support behind you, then it can absolutely be worth exploring, and I implore you to do so. So how do we actually encourage you to explore it without feeling like you're gambling? So that's where our job at Simply O3 starts. We provide laboratory-grade equipment designed for ozone, not random parts. We give you the priority setup package, which includes the personal setup concierge, zero-effort oxygen sourcing, a physical handbook, ozone mastery portal with step-by-step instructions, and lifetime phone support. And we back it with a 6-month money-back guarantee. I've never seen a guarantee that good in any business I've been in. We do it for 6 months because we want this to work for you, and if it doesn't, just send it back. So in other words, you get months to use the system in your real life with real support, and if you decide it's not right for you, just send it back for a full refund. We can't guarantee a specific outcome for you. Nobody can. What we can guarantee is that your equipment will work, you'll know exactly how to use it, and if you don't feel it's worth it, you're not stuck with it. So that's how we reduce the risk for you so that you can actually answer for yourself, does ozone work for me? Based on your experience, not guesswork. So if you're still curious, here's what I personally would do next. Having started this business, know so much about ozone right now, but this is your next steps. First of all, read the guide. Watch the 3-minute home setup demo so you can see how easy it is to actually do. Then skim the page in the guide called What Equipment Do I Need? Because that'll give you an idea of what you need. And if after that you feel like, yes, I want to try this for myself, the guide will point you straight to the complete home kit with the full support package. And if you're not there yet, that's totally fine. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and move at the pace that feels right for you. So I'm Michael with Simply O3. I hope this really answered your question. At least at a high level, does ozone actually work, and will it work for me?